hours and supported us to ensure that the public was informed on a very timely basis and everyone knew what was going on. We thank you. And finally, we need to thank our staff, temporary and permanent staff. The entire commission is extremely proud of the kind of dedication and passion we have seen from our staff across the country. They've worked very long hours, made sacrifices, and we appreciate them for the stellar job they have done for God and for country. Now to the result. We conducted the elections this year with a register of 15,712,499 voters, with a total of 275 constituencies, and we had 28,992 polling stations on election day. For special voting this year, we had 286 voting centers. Currently, the results we're about to announce exclude 4 constituencies. We have Afram Plains North with a voter population of 40,312 voters, and the results are not ready because they voted only yesterday. For 3 constituencies, Upper West Achim with voters, 50,386 voters. Saola Tuna Kalba constituency with 45,625 voters, and Tamale Central with 83,947 voters. Those results are being contested, and so collation has not happened. For 4 constituencies I mentioned, they have a total of 220,270 voters. However, we believe that the results of those 4 constituencies are immaterial to the final outcome of the presidential results, and so we will announce the results without those 4 constituencies. For the presidential elections, the total votes cast was 10,781,609. Out of those, we had rejected ballots 166,248, which is 1.54%. We had total valid votes of 10,615,361. Our turnout was 68.62%. Now, for the candidates. Mr. Ivor Kobina Greenstreet of the CPP had 25,395 votes, being 0.24%. Mrs. Nana Konadu Ajiman Rawlings of the NDP had 16,878 votes, being 0.16%. Mr. John Dramani Mahama of the NDC had 4,713,277 votes, being 44.40%. Dr. Papa Kwesindu of the PPP had 105,682 votes, being 1%. Mr. Nana Akufo-Addo of the New Patriotic Party had 5,716,026 votes, being 53.85%. Mr. Edward Mahama of the PNC had 22,214 votes, being 0.21%. And Mr. Jacob Osei-Yeboah, an independent candidate, had 15,889 votes, being 0.15%. On the basis of the foregoing figures, and by the power vested in me as the chairperson of the Electoral Commission and the returning officer for the presidential election, it is my duty and my privilege to declare Nana Addo Dankwa Akufo-Addo as the President-elect of the Republic of Ghana. Thank you. God bless our homeland Ghana and make our nation greater and stronger.
Showed me of his full cooperation in organizing the transition from his administration to mine. I thanked him for this graceful gesture, which is in the finest traditions of Ghanaian statesmanship. And on my part, assured him of my cooperation for a successful transition. I also thanked him for his service to our nation and said that I felt sure that his contribution to the welfare of our republic was by no means over. I've also received words of congratulation from my other competitors, Mr. Ivor Greenstreet, our former First Lady, Nana Konadu Agyemang-Rawlings, Dr. Papa Kwesi Indom, Dr. Edward Mahama, and Jacob Osei,